Okay, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On Point EDC. On today's episode, we'll be focusing on a cool new brand I found out about out of the UK called Elixir. So they actually produce kind of a wide range of products. In particular, I felt like these two pens were really nice and kind of fit into the EDC demographic. So they actually saw, Elixir reached out to me. They saw my review of my kind of EDC pen rant and ramble. They kind of liked my format, so they suggested maybe that if I was interested, I could check out a couple of their products. I looked on their site and I found these two pens, and I actually thought they were pretty cool, especially considering kind of the functionality that they offered and at the price point they offered. I was really interested to see the quality of the products. So just to give you guys an idea, this pen here actually goes for about 13 bucks, and then this one for about 16. So I figured with the functionality kind of that was being advertised there, and then of course the confidence of this brand to come kind of approach me and, you know, no strings attached to say, hey, could you check out our products? And we'd love to know your opinion. I thought, why not give it a shot? And if I did like the quality, I definitely wanted to share that with you guys. So I was pleasantly surprised to find that these are actually really, really well-built pens, especially considering, you know, a lot of the pens that I have on the channel are more expensive. You know, they're not just for kind of the writing quality, they're more into just kind of a premium carry and just having nice things, and, you know, being a guy and, having a nice knife, a nice pen, and kind of that whole package. So one of the things I really liked about these particular offerings is that they really do offer some extra functionality, and, you know, can be pretty useful. So before we get too far into the review, let me do the customary wristwatch check. Today we do have the brand new C60 Trident chronometer day date. This is a limited edition from Christopher Ward. As you know, if you've watched the channel, I'm a pretty big fan. I think Christopher Ward is definitely doing things right, and of course they're out of the UK as well, so I thought what would be more appropriate than to wear a C60. And then you know, I think the design aesthetic also definitely is more on the utilitarian side, but of course with a little bit of style. So really, really great piece, chronometer. So of course it does have the COSC rated movement that will be somewhere in between -4 and +6 seconds a day, which is pretty outstanding for an automatic movement. And of course, since it's rated at that, then that's where the variance lies, right? Like, you might have a super you might get very lucky with a movement and it be automatic, maybe it be a Seiko. I've had Seikos that have been, you know, 4 or 5 seconds fast a day, and they've been great. Maybe even some that have been more. But one of the nice things here is that, you know, the worst case scenario is that it'll be within that very tight range versus, hey, you could possibly have a watch, of course, that could be 20 seconds off a day, you know, or 15 seconds slow. So it's definitely nice to have the tighter variants, and I think it's definitely worth the price. So keep an eye out on the channel for the full review of this bad boy coming soon. All right, so let's get back into these pens here. So let's go ahead and start out with kind of what I feel is really a value proposition in this range, which is their Hex Style 6-in-1 stylus pen. So as you can see, it actually on the packaging here, you can see kind of what the 6 different functions are. If I can get it to focus, here we go. Really, really simple, straight to the point, but I think pretty cool, and the build quality is really what's really caught my eye on these. I mean, of course the functionality is cool, but for the price, I mean, the build quality, I'd like to just have just a pen for this much money that's built this good, you know, even without all the bells and whistles. So of course you do have a nice ballpoint pen built into there, great knurling, really nice quality on that. It's not gonna eat your hand up, but it's definitely gives you really, really great grip. And then of course you kind of have a measuring scale here, which is great, you know, especially if you're into watches or anything like that. It is always nice to kind of have a quick reference as far as sizing goes. And then you have the stylus end here, which is really a nice feature. Is you can unscrew it, and then of course you have a screwdriver, and then you have the Phillips head, then you have the flat head, and there's actually this nice little gasket here, which they really didn't have to do, but the fact that they did just shows that little extra attention to detail that I think is, you know, one of those kind of deciding factors that separate, you know, one item from the next. And then another nice feature is, as you can see, this is threaded here. You can actually screw in the stylus side. Oh, if I can get it, there you go. Get the threads to line up. Screw it in, and then now you can actually use this way. And you know, if you're using a tablet or your phone or anything like that, it's always nice to use a stylus, just because it's just a little bit more precise if you're doing any types of drawing or of course writing. And then another nice thing is you just feel like you have a little bit more control, and it also keeps your screen quite a bit cleaner. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I mean, just if this was a pen alone that was kind of built really strong, and the quality on this, I would still be really impressed with it for this price range. So I just think that's pretty cool, and it gives you that extra kind of feeling of quality, and I was just really pleasantly surprised, especially for the price, which is you know, really cool. And then of course, you know, you got your little level in there, kind of a novel idea, especially when everybody has, you know, level apps on their phones. But this is old school, right? I mean, this is pretty nice. You just whip this bad boy out and, you know, keep them in your house, in your workshop, on your desk, in your pocket, and you kind of have all these features with you wherever you go. So let's go ahead and move on to what I feel is also really cool, but definitely a more specialized tool, but also I think more versatile and useful. I think this is really a great piece you could just keep in your car, because it does have a really nice emergency glass breaker built into it. And I think the design is really cool, the way that they executed it. So as you can see, of course, it is a pen and a stylus. So on this side, you have your pen, but you can also convert to the stylus tip. And then of course you can use it to write and whatnot. But what this real standout feature on here is you can unscrew the top right there. And I mean, this is all really nice finish. You know, this is a nice little, I don't know if this is powder coated or plated, but it definitely has a really nice satin finish to it. Of course, nice knurling here, and then a little bit of knurling there. But one of the nice things is here, it has this tungsten tip. So what you do is you pull this back. Of course, you put it up against the glass, bam. So you have a really great glass breaker there, which is a nice feature that I look for when, you know, on pocket knives. I always see that as a really cool feature, if they do have a glass breaker on there. But it's really cool that you can have this on a pen. So, you know, let's say you have, you know, and then this also doubles for a cap for the pen. Keep that in your, you know, right there in your glove box. You know, you ever get an accident, you can take down information, whatnot. And then also the nice thing is you have the glass breaker in case there's ever an emergency. You can break right through it. So I thought that was really, really cool. And it was I've never seen kind of the glass breaker worked into a pen, you know, and I definitely keep pens with me everywhere. If I don't have one on me, I definitely have one nearby. Either my desk is littered with them or my car is full of them as well. So, you know, having something like this, it just offers a little extra peace of mind, which I really, really liked. And the quality, again, especially at this price point, was really, really impressive, especially because, you know, you can kind of spend 30, 40, 50, 60, I could keep going, you know, 80, 90, $100 for certain pens, you know, kind of in that EDC realm that are just really overbuilt and sturdy feeling. And these pens really give you that same effect, that overbuilt, sturdy feeling, and that little extra, you know, attention to detail and quality that you kind of look for when, you know, just having your kind of man candy, you know, an expensive knife, a nice pen, a nice watch, nice wallet, lighter, you know, flashlight, all that stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then what I wanted to do too is whip out my tablet really quick and I guess kind of show you guys one of these bad boys in action. So figure you do this And then, just if I try to draw something with my finger, it definitely doesn't come out as nice as if I have a stylus. So let's say, I just want to do a quick little doodle, or, even if I want to write something and don't feel like typing, it's nice to just have a stylist option. If anybody recognizes this character, bonus points for you. So as you can see, of course, I don't draw a lot anymore. But if I try to do that with my finger, it would look nothing like that. And it is really nice to have stuff where it's already electronic. You don't have to use your scanner or anything. Sometimes you can just draw things in if you have maybe some ideas on something you're trying to explain to somebody, oh, it looks like it doesn't want to go that far back to erase. So let's go ahead and do that here. So you can see really nice tactile feel, especially, with the more advanced apps people have today. It's not just going to wipe over and erase. It takes a couple, just like a real eraser. And it feels natural in the hand, which is nice. And, I probably wouldn't use this on something like a phone because my phone isn't huge. So I don't necessarily feel like I would use these type of apps, but I mean, some people do use styluses with their phone. I just don't happen to be one of them. But I think it's just really nice. I mean, even if you want to write something down, you don't want to type it sometimes, or, let's say you got in an accident, and you just want to kind of describe what happened. You're going on the intersection, whatnot. Hey, they were going this way, I was going that way, whatever, right? I mean, it's something that I guess I shouldn't be trying to come up with the usefulness of a stylus, because if you're interested in one, you'd want one. But anyways, I just think that, I don't know, honestly, I never felt too inclined to even ever even try a stylus until these pens came along. So I just thought that was pretty cool, and it definitely made me feel like I could definitely get some more life out of a couple of these apps. Do stuff for the kids, little funny drawings, whatnot. And I can just hit print, or I can send this out, or I can play with it, refine it, send it to them, do an outline, have them color it. And I don't have to worry about them messing one up, because I could print out a bunch more. So I guess again, I'm kind of going off on a little tangent about why why a tablet and a stylus is useful. So brownie points to whoever tells me the name of this character. Of course, it's pretty sloppy. Whoever can tell me the name of this character in the comments, you get major average bros brownie points from me. So with that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. I've been trying to kind of mix it up. I know I've been falling off on the EDC front. I know that with YouTube's new algorithms, they haven't been smiling too friendly upon knives and guns and weapons. So now that things seem to have kind of leveled back out again, I definitely do want to introduce more EDC reviews and keep them, of course, only slightly offensive so that people don't mind letting the ads pop up on there. But that said, I think these Elixir styluses are pretty cool. I mean, just from a pen/stylus perspective, then you add little features like a tungsten glass breaker, a level, little measurements, the built-in screwdriver. I have so many little of these little screwdriver tools all around. And what's the nice thing too is that since it has that hex style, it gives you a nice format to, to screw and unscrew with. It gives you a nice grip and everything. So pretty cool. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with these pieces. Make sure you guys check these out. I'll leave a link in the description to, I guess, like their main pages, and then I think there's actually like if you wanted to buy, but I'm sure you can actually search for these. I think they're on UK Amazon, And maybe I think this model is on just regular US Amazon, but definitely give them a look if you're looking for something like this. If you're just looking for, you know, a really nice quality pen, and it's not just all about, you know, a fountain pen versus ballpoint. You just want something that just feels like quality, and you don't really care, you know, about the output of the pen and everything as far as that goes. I mean, of course, because the you can always change refills and whatnot, but I don't know. I'm just really impressed with these, and for the price, I'm feeling like, you know, how could you go wrong? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked and enjoyed this video, please do hit like. If you hated it, you can give it a thumbs down if you'd like as well. I'm not opposed to that. If you enjoy the channel, please do hit subscribe so you can check out more content just like this, and of course the watch reviews. Keep an eye out for this bad boy. All right, let's get it focused there. Thanks guys, have a good one. Bye.